We'll start with Dyer Ditch Streambank Stabilization. Phase one, just give you brief history. This is coming from the county, the drainage group, the drainage board. It was initially estimated, I think it was just over $700,000. They have bid it out already. And the request amount has been reduced to $444,716 and 24. So Joe Wilk here will be presenting on it. We have done some maintenance work on the Dyer ditch in the past, and now this is actually getting some of the low areas of the areas that have been impacted by erosion.
Mr. Repay, Mrs. Lambert, Ms. Bennett, please let the record show that Mr. Wishlinski has arrived.
I apologize for
All yours.
We're doing this again. I don't know. Sorry. Same.
All right, thank you, board. I'm here on behalf of the Lake County Surveyor's Office to present a funding request for the Streambank Stabilization project along Dyer Ditch. This is.
And your name, sir?
Joe Wilk.
Joe Wilk.
Burke Engineering.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for having me. This project is about a quarter mile stretch of Dyer Ditch, just north of US 30, right on the border of the town of Dyer and town of Cherville. So, little agenda.
It won't be me.
Yeah, just quick overview what I'll be talking about today. This photo is standing on Deer Creek Drive, looking south on Dyer Ditch, right in the project vicinity. It looks good here, but you'll see some photos I'm going to show more upstream. Exhibit A. So, Roll Dyer Ditch, it's about a 6-mile drainage area at the project site. T-Bull Nature Park is located just downstream of here. Multi-dozen acre wildlife sanctuary. What we're trying to do is protect the banks and maintain water quality, all while safeguarding wildlife habitats in the area. As you can see from this photo, for the past 20 years, it is deteriorated significantly. So we're looking to improve this waterway. So erosion control techniques popping up there. A mix of hard armor and ecological streambank erosion measures. Stabilization helps to further help water flow, prevents further environmental degradation, such as these vertical banks where all the sediment sloughs into the stream and gets washed downstream, as well as making it pretty for the local residents and people who utilize the area. Key outcomes, as I keep saying, erosion reduction, infrastructure. There is a roadway just on the backside of this photo, St. John Roads, the town of Cherville, where it gets pretty close up to the erosion gets pretty close to the road. It's not going to impact it anytime soon, but without taking action on this one day, it will have potential impact on that roadway as it is within the fluvial erosion hazard area. So some challenges, and as I said, the need for stabilization, loss of riparian area, threats to aquatic life, and as well as that sedimentation. About 20 years ago, when this area was developed from agricultural land to there's subdivisions on both sides, Hurtstone, Auburn, Meadow, I believe, and then the third one, I forget the name. There was some bank stabilization done by the developer with some filter fabric and riprap, which has since, as you can see, been washed out with vertical banks. Some remnants of that filter fabric are left. That was around 2003, 2008, in that general window when this area was all developed. A lot of buckthorn and invasive species all through here. As I said, there's homes, there are rear yards on the Dyer side, as well as two buried petroleum pipelines that are parallel to the ditch. We want to make sure we keep that protected and erosion is not encroaching into those pipelines. I've been out here a few times the past couple of years, and it's definitely been getting worse year after year. So there is definitely an urgency for intervention in the near future, as the bank failure has been accelerating. Proposed solutions. This one. So shrub and tree planting, native vegetation plantings on the side slope, as well as I've said that structural support of riprap at the bottom few feet. This is a photo of some of the work we've done on Heart Ditch on the town of Munster, and it's been turning out great. This is about 6 months after the work was done there. You get the 2-to-1, 2 horizontal to 1 vertical side slope, and that riprap at the bottom really holding up for those everyday storm events. So while we're all here, funding requests and expected benefits. I'm sure you guys will like this a little more than what Mr. Repay just said, but our funding request is actually only for $222,350, which is 50% of the lowest total bid received. So that
Sorry,
would be
Joe, how much?
$222,350.
Thank you.
So that will be a correction on the agenda there. Obviously a little better for everyone, lower funding request. And to conclude my spiel here, erosion problem being addressed, sustainable solutions and community environmental benefits are all outcomes of this project. And this is another project on Heart Ditch in more south upstream in Munster, where after 2 years, as you can see, the vegetation is starting to go through the riprap, and it is becoming definitely more aesthetically pleasing and stabilized. So we're looking to replicate this.
So we want that to happen? We want the weeds to come through the riprap?
So that it fills the voids in the riprap. You get vegetation grown, definitely beneficial.
Thank you.
And that is all. Thank you.
Any questions for this young man?
Yes, I have a question.
Well, let guys go first. Yes, Tom.
How long of a run did you say? A quarter mile?
Approximately quarter mile to half mile. I think it's about 0.3.
Well, I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, you're talking $1.5 million for a quarter mile, or $1.5 million for a half a mile.
Yeah. This is the request is for 202,350.
Oh.
That's the application.
I think the problem is the initial application was for a lot more, which the
Right.
engineer's estimate was. They've already bid this project out. He came back, the total amount was 444. Half of that amount is 222.
Okay.
Am I looking at the Dyer Ditch Stabilization Phase 1, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So the document I have, I'm looking at in my hands, I printed. So I apologize, my mistake.
Is 1.55 million.
Yeah.
that is since outdated and
So the initial application, when they did this in November, was that was based off of engineer's estimate. The county has since went out for bid. The bid was awarded and the total amount was 444.
So
Okay. So my question still stands, please. Is it $400,000 for a quarter mile or a half a mile?
0.3 miles. So
I'm sorry, what?
just north of a quarter, 0.3 miles.
Okay, thank you. All right. That's all.
Mr. Ware?
You said that this has been bid out already.
Correct.
Who was this low bidder?
Dyer Construction.
Any other questions on this project?
One more question. When were the bids open and received? And
The bids were opened, I believe mid-December drainage board meeting.
how good are those bids? What's the duration before
6 months.
6 months?
Are you anticipating our action before the award?
We already awarded it, just so you know.
Oh, they have.
County is awarded and told them to proceed.
Okay. Got it.
I have another question.
Yes, sir.
So will the paperwork need to be changed to Commissioner Gozdecki's, and the entity is aware that paperwork needs to change?
Yeah, when you guys finally award it, if you guys choose to award it at the next meeting, we'll have the right motion.
Because the application wouldn't change because of anything that happens in the field or changes that are made, right? I mean, we don't require them to modify their application as the project morphs, so.
No.
But how do we stop from having $1 million application and they come in for a $14 million project?
Because the wording that Ms. Bennett will put together will show that it'll be 50% or up to not to exceed X amount of dollars.
Thank you.
So can we make a motion to grant the $222,350 request approved tonight or whatever, subject to attorney review?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Gozdecki's question, I guess we haven't done that in the past, and as a pattern, I think we ought to stay with what we've done to stay consistent. I don't disagree with them, but to stay consistent, I think we ought to wait until the next meeting.
Very good. I thought we had done that one time in the past, but I could be mistaken.
Any other questions? Either or none, thank you, sir.